Gionee, one of the first quality Chinese smartphone maker to enter the Indian market, is still one of the best out there. And the reason for that is the progressive lineup of smartphones. What we have with us today is the Gionee A1 Plus, the first dual camera smartphone from the company. So let's see how it goes. In the box you get the Gionee A1 Plus device, a plastic screen protector and a clear case for the phone which will save you time in looking for accessories. You also get in-ear headphones, 18-watt charger in the box along with SIM ejector tool and the usual documentation. As its name suggests, the A1 Plus is bigger than the A1, but first things first. The Gionee A1 Plus is a massive phone in every sense, be its 4550 mAh battery, the 6 inches Full HD display or its dimensions. So let's start with the design of the smartphone. On the design front, the A1 Plus just looks like the sibling A1, but it gets bulkier thanks to the huge display and the massive battery which lets you reverse charge and can also be used as a power bank to charge other devices. By no means this device is suitable for single-hand usage unless until you have hands as big as MKBHD. No pun intended. The fingerprint sensor is positioned on the front and also acts as a button. Right next to it are the capacitive touch buttons. You can swap what the capacitive buttons do, but they aren't backlit, which make them hard to find in the dark. The device weighs 226 grams and is heavier than most of the smartphones you would have ever used. The only similar device I can recall using is the Nokia Lumia 1520, which also had a 6 inches display and weighed in excess of 200 grams. The back panel is made of metal but the top and bottom are plastic. Overall, the device has a good grip, but we would suggest you to be careful due to its huge size and extra weight towards the top. Front is where the vivid 6 inches Full HD display is. Above the display is a 20 megapixel front or selfie camera with a diffused LED flash for selfies in any light condition. The rear is where the magic takes place. On the rear are the dual camera setup of 13 plus 5 megapixel with dual tone LED flash. On the top of the device you get the 3.5mm jack which has an IR blaster inside it. Yes, brownie points to Gionee for such a clever placement. At the bottom, the Gionee A1 Plus has two grills out of which the right one houses a speaker. However, you still get a stereo output as Gionee uses phone's earpiece as a secondary speaker. There is micro USB port for charging and data transfer, which is a letdown considering that most devices in this price range now have a USB Type-C port. The right side of the device has all the buttons like power key and volume rockers. Though the power key is not corrugated, but the bright orange color tone does help in finding the button easily. In fact, the power key is so well placed that you would never need to look for it. Only the volume up key would need a bit of a stretch. The A1 Plus is powered by a MediaTek Helio P25 SoC, which is an octa-core processor with 4 cores clocked at 1.66 GHz and the other 4 at 2.6 GHz. There is 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage, which is expandable up to 256 GB via microSD card. But as it has a hybrid slot, the extra storage comes at a cost of the second SIM. The first slot can hold a micro SIM while the other second one requires a nano SIM. There is 4G support and also support for VoLTE. In terms of software, the Gionee A1 Plus runs on Android 7.0 Nougat with the homegrown Amigo UI on top. The UI heavily draws from iOS and hence no app drawer. Instead, all the icons are placed on the home screen. While notifications are available by swiping down from the top screen, quick toggles are moved to an iOS-like control center for which you have to swipe up from the bottom. The phone also comes with a couple of pre-installed apps including Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Amazon, Savan, Truecaller and TouchPal keyboard. Apart from these third-party apps, Gionee also has its own apps like Zenda, G-Store, Theme Park, Mood Wallpapers, System Manager and a few more. In terms of performance, the smartphone can handle most tasks thanks to the octa-core processor and 4 GB of RAM. The battery lasts 2 days on light usage and 1.5 days on heavy usage. In the HD video loop test, it lasted 15 plus hours. The charging time for the massive 4550 mAh battery is 2 hours and 15 minutes when the supplied fast charger is plugged in. We always say that do not base your buying decision on benchmark scores. I repeat again, we do not recommend following the benchmark scores at all. But as you all want us to include them in our review, so here you go. The A1 Plus joins the trend of dual rear camera smartphones. The 13 megapixel and a 5 megapixel camera on the rear is not the best dual camera setup out there, but we were happy with the results. The app has different modes to choose from, including a professional mode that gives you some control over camera settings. There are multiple filters to choose from as well. Here are some camera samples for you. So now it's time for the unbiased verdict. During the video you would have figured out that the Gionee A1 Plus is not for everyone. It's for people who prefer phablets over smartphones, or if they want to call it a large screen smartphone. But you have to keep in mind that there is no other device with a dual lens camera at this size available in the market. So if you like huge screens and want a dual lens camera for all those bokeh shots, then this is the device for you. As an add-on, you get good build quality, a massive battery that lasts 2 days, and Gionee's after-sale service support. What could have been better in the device is the USB Type-C port, and I also feel that Gionee should let go of its proprietary Amigo UI in favor of stock Android experience. So that was our review of the Gionee A1 Plus. If you enjoyed the video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Lastly, if you want to win the Gionee A1 Plus for yourself, then follow the link in the description below. It's really simple. All you need to do is follow us on all social platforms and leave a comment below that why you should get this device. That's all folks, thanks for watching the Unbiased vlog.